Hello everyone, welcome to Ganit Gurukul and this is Yogesh Garg. In this video, we are going to discuss JEE Advanced 2014 Paper 1 question number 48 and this question is based on vectors. So what we have that x, y, z be three vectors each of magnitude √2 and the angle between each pair of them is pi by 3. Pi by 3 is 60 degree, right? So if a vector is a non-zero vector perpendicular to x and y cross z, and b vector is a non-zero vector perpendicular to y vector and z cross s, then which of the following option is or are correct? So this is a more than one choice correct question. Now what you can see, they have written a vector or b vector in terms of this, for example, if you can see b vector is equal to b vector dot z vector. So this will be a scalar quantity into z vector minus x vector. So b vector has been written in terms of z vector minus x vector. Similarly, a vector has been written in terms of y vector minus z vector. And then you have to what you can see very clearly is either of from b and d one can be only correct, right? Out of b and d only one can be correct. Now after figuring out which of the options are correct, then you have to think for this C option, A dot B, right? So our main aim is to frame A vector and B vector in terms of Z minus X or Y minus Z. Now how to go about this question? See what we have, A vector is a non-zero vector perpendicular to X vector and Y cross Z. So can't we say that if it is perpendicular to X and Y cross Z, can't we write this A vector as X vector or some k, scalar k into x vector cross y cross z? Isn't this should be true? Think for a while. A vector is perpendicular to both x vector and y cross z vector. So A vector should be equal to some k scalar into x vector, k scalar brackets x vector cross with y cross z. This should be the case. Now expand this. We will get k, use BTP, vector triple product. So k into x vector will take dot with farther vector which is z vector. So x vector dot z vector into y vector minus x vector dot y vector into z vector. Fine. So this is A vector. Now what we can see, we can find the value of z vector dot z vector, x vector dot z vector. How? X and z, they each have magnitude √2 and the angle between them will be pi by 3. So x vector dot z vector is equal to mod x vector mod z vector into cos pi by 3, cos 60 degree, right? So this is √2, their product is 2 into cos 60 degree, that is half, so 2 into half, it is 1. So it is 1. Interestingly, this will be the case for z dot y as well, and that will be the same case for x dot y. They all will be equal to 1, right? So just use these things over here and we will get A vector as k into y vector minus z vector. Now the main issue is how to find this k, how to find the value of k. What you can clearly see, A vector, we can check, we should check B option, right? Rather than thinking what should be the value of k, just see for the moment what they are saying. A vector is equal to A vector dot y vector into y vector minus z vector. So we should check, isn't it? What we should do is to take dot with y, right, of this particular expression. Take dot with y. So A vector dot y vector is equal to k and take dot with y. So y dot y is equal to mod y square minus y dot z. Now we know y dot z is equal to 1 and mod y square, mod y is √2, so its square is 2. So this is k into 2 minus 1. So this is only k. So this is the value of k. Replace it over here. So we get the A vector as k, which is A dot y into y vector minus z vector. So it means B is correct and obviously D is not correct because D is just opposite of this. So most of the part of is done, right? We have in more than one such correct question, we should also know which is incorrect, right? So B is correct and D is incorrect. Thus, now what we have to see, we have to check whether A is correct or not, and then we have to do A dot B, and we have to check whether this is equal to a given expression or not. Now, how to find B vector? Same logic, same application. Now, I must suggest that if in any case one has started watching this video, he or she should pause this video right now and do and check for B vector by yourself. How? You know what I have done in this particular thing. I have written A vector as k into x vector cross y cross z. Same goes with B vector. Fine. So I suggest that you should pause this video and do the check the first part, A part by yourself. So I hope you have tried it. So let me discuss. B vector is equal to, let us say, some m into B vector is perpendicular to y vector and z cross x. So m into y cross z cross x. Like we should see it clearly. Is it x cross z or z cross x? It is z cross x. Z vector cross x vector. Fine. Okay. So this is B vector is equal to m. Y cross z cross x will be y dot x into z vector minus y dot z into x vector. Now we know this is 1 as well. So B vector is equal to m. This is 1. So z vector minus x vector. Now value of m is 1. Again, why I am saying so? We can just observe the same idea over here. What I will do is, sorry, value of m is not 1. It will be b dot z. Why I am saying this? Just take do the same thing that we did earlier. Take dot with z. So b vector dot z vector is equal to take dot with z. So m and dot with z inside this mod z square minus x dot z. Now mod z square is equal to root 2 square 2 minus x dot z is equal to 1. So 2 minus 1 1. So this is m. Value of m is b dot z. So from this we can say b vector is equal to b dot z into z vector minus x vector. So A option is, yeah, it is correct. So A option is also correct. Now we have to check whether C is correct or not. Just do this. You need not to see the solution part. This also you should do it by yourself. What we have to do? We have to take dot of A and B. So A dot B is equal to, and these are two scalars. So you need to solve these two. You need to just take dot of these two quantities. Z vector minus x vector dot with y vector minus z vector. So z dot y, z vector dot y vector is equal to 1 minus x dot y minus 1. Z minus z vector dot is equal to minus 2, because z vector dot z vector is equal to root 2 square 2, so minus is over here. Minus x dot minus z, so plus xz, that will be plus 1. So minus 1 0, minus 2 plus 1 minus 1. So their dot is equal to minus 1. So we should multiply minus 1 with these two scalars. So A dot B is equal to, yes, A dot Y, B dot Z, minus 1 over here. C is also correct. So ABC is the correct option choice for this particular question. Now the same question which I am tackling, or which I am sharing my thoughts in each of the video that are being uploaded in this current time. What is the utility of this question with respect to mains examination? Can this question be asked? Yes, it can. It can be asked. Why? VTP is not a big thing. VTP is important with respect to mains as well. You can see previous year question. You can check out previous year mains questions. VTP, there are less questions, but VTP has been asked in mains examination. So you can expect a question on VTP, and thus it's not a big deal to ask. They can reframe the question accordingly, and they can ask for A, or say for what is the how can you can find the value of A dot B. They can make a difficult question finding A dot B. Or what they can do, they can ask you to find a vector. They will give four options and there will be different set of they will have different outputs for a vector. That can be the case, right? So yes, it is important with respect to mains examination. So I hope this question was clear to each and every one of you. In case you have any doubt, please do ask in comment. Please do share if you want me to make video on any other question or any other topic specifically, right? And till then, stay tuned, keep watching and Gurukul. I'll be back with post videos.